Thank you. The item really isn't on the agenda, it's on the agenda of the General Committee. If you recall, it was the corporate report, request for additional information, security incidents in city facilities. And we had discussed it. Councillor IANNICCA gave me a generous amount of time at General Committee to discuss it. But there's some things that I'd like to bring forward today, if that's okay.
Yes, please proceed.
I got some summer reading for people. Thank you, sir. At the June 17th General Committee meeting, I had made some comments about how important it was to learn or to examine trespass as part of the major incidents in city facilities and in fact citywide. And what I'm handing out now is something I threw together really quickly. This sheet right here, it's sort of second at the back. And again, it's kind of just one sheet that I selected from the Mississauga Corporate Security Database, a printout. And I selected it because it includes June 7th, 2006, and that is when Donald Barber was arrested here at Mississauga City, well, in and around here. And yet, if you notice, it doesn't, I pointed out that it doesn't appear as an arrest. And the other thing that I had mentioned was that when the corporate report that was written by our security staff, they had labeled or had used these categories, which are in here, but then went and added the vandalism category, which is really something that's pulled over for the specific cause. Okay, and I questioned that, and I still question that, because what happens is I'm still not sure about the status of these trespass major incidents right here. So the other thing is, it was said that, I suppose I should hold something up. It was said, and this is a transcript, because as you know, I take video of council meetings. I had said that trespass was really important in the understanding of the Mississauga Corporate Security Database, and in the not just major incidents, but also the arrests that are issued by security staff. And Mr. Owen had said the following in response. She is of the opinion that trespass incidents are major incidents. In the report that we provide to council, we did not consider simple trespass incidents to be major incidents. Trespass is, can be a major incident, but as a general rule, it's not that big a deal in our world. So we didn't feel it was an important statistic to provide to council. And it's true, regarding Mr. Owen's comment that she is of the opinion that I consider trespass a big deal. Yes, I do. And I'm here to let you know how I got that opinion, that trespass is a big deal. I don't remember when, but I filed freedom of information for all records pertaining to the genesis, the drafting, and the implementation of the city's violence and vandalism policy and the subsequent revised violence, vandalism, and bullying policy. And I discovered that there was a draft of the policy that looked like this. And here's the important part. A draft of the policy stated this about trespass. Where a ban has been issued against an individual and the individual fails to comply with the ban, then the individual may be charged under the Trespass to Property Act. That's what the draft looks like. Among other things, Freedom of Information secured 2 emails. The first is Mr. Owen's January 7th, 2005 email, where he takes exception to the drafts may be charged under the Trespass Act. And you have it as one of the documents in your possession right now. But I'll just read what he specifically refers to.
I I think that we have to come to some conclusion on this issue, because I'm at a loss as to what you're referring to or what you're trying to get to. I don't want to minimize what you're trying to get to. I'm going to suggest that you sit down with the staff and the mayor and the city manager and outline to us exactly what your concerns are. Because I think it's unfair to council to have this thing brought to our attention and we're at a loss to respond. I am, as mayor. So I think this issue is getting a little bit out of hand, and we got to come to some conclusion on it. So I'm going to suggest, with council's approval, that the mayor meet with, and the staff, and the city manager meet with you, and sit down and go over your concerns, and to try to find out what you're after, and then what we can do about it. Because I think that's the only way that we're going to get to the bottom of, and try to help you with getting the answers that you want, you've indicated. And we're not getting it here in your presentations to General Committee or Council. So I would suggest that Council agrees with that happen. Councillor Yannicca.
Madam Mayor, I'd be happy to so move. You may recall when we last dealt with it, and I asked it to go back to committee, and we spent some time on it. Even with all of that, I think we were still trying to fight with understanding the data, the implications, what this means. But Madam Mayor, I agree with you entirely, because through to Ursula, I'm still trying to understand at the end of the day what the ask is. So what I think you're very genuine in pursuing it. I think it relates to youth violence and reporting of statistics, and it means we might not be giving the outputs from the system that we should have. I think we all respect all of that, but we're not clear on the ask. We referred it back to committee hoping to get there. I think it's raised more questions for you. I respect that. But Madam Mayor, I think your suggestion is a very, very good one, and it's good of you to make the time to sit down to maybe to clarify some of the data, but then when it comes back, I just want to be clear on what the ask is, what you'd like us to do to make the system better, because we share in that with you, because I think you're well-intentioned, as the Mayor said in that regard. So Madam Mayor, I'm happy to move that suggestion, and thank you for it, the appropriate, and you'll nail down the data, and then bring back to us what it is that you'd like us to do to improve on this. I think that's very helpful.
Councillor Prentice.
Just one thing, when you receive something for information, do you have to receive it or can you defer it back?
We can refer it back.
Can I request then that Report 9, the request for additional information security incidents, not be received for report then?
But it can be referred back.
Referred back, because I would really like the youth minor statistics in there. Please.
The whole matter will be referred. We'll sit down with you and go over what your concerns are, what information you're seeking, what you want us to do, what you feel the council should be doing in this regard, direction to staff, etc. It'll all be looked at, and that's the only way we're going to get to some consensus or conclusion of the matter. Okay?
Yes, and I just have one unusual request, and I'm not sure if you can accommodate, but I really like an electronic copy of the Mississauga's Corporate Security Database be handed over to Mississauga's community partner, Peel Regional Police, at such time as I can convince.
Well, that will be referred.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything will be referred.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.